Have you ever done like a musical?
I've never done a musical. I don't know how to sing. I can't really like dance. How when casting directors here in this city ask you like, can you dance and sing? And it's like, not what you're referring to.
I heard always you're supposed to say yes, right?
To an extent.
Yeah, right.
But when it comes to that, then they're like, all right, can we get a 32 step and an 8-bar song? And you're just like, say what? What does that mean?
Soldier Boy.
Happy to be here. Like, shout out to the sponsors, Olive Garden. When you're here, your family.
Yeah. Even on Cinco de Mayo, Olive Garden still has our hearts.
Olive Garden. We need Olive Garden. That's great. Great
That'd be a great
breadsticks.
one.
Great breadsticks.
Yeah.
And a great little footnote. Yeah.
It's our love story. Olive Garden. All right, you guys ready to start?
Yeah, excited. Excited to start. Really ready to start.
All right. I'm excited for this first song. Wait, I always start off with a song.
I know that. I'm excited to see what my
Yeah?
song is.
Here's your song. It's a good song for
It's
you.
a great song.
I feel you got the energy.
Is this Katy Perry? No.
He'll say his name right now. Enrique Iglesias.
But it almost sounds like...
Bienvenidos a Miami. Vamos a escuchar Megan 24 todos los días.
Oh,
Shout out to my Poppy and Power Love Hour.
Arriba de abajo, va centro de ahí dentro. Salud!
Canceled.
No, we're fine.
No, we're
We're
good.
doing
We're
it.
good.
We can do whatever the hell we want to do.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Today we're joined by a very special guest, Yosef Kasnetzkov.
Kasnetzkov, super close.
Kasnetzkov.
I just learned how to say it myself.
That was really good. I wasn't even gonna. I wasn't gonna attempt.
No, yeah, Yosef Kasnetzkov. Russian.
How did you pronounce it before that?
So it's actually, my name changed when I was 19 years old. I had it legally changed. I was actually born Joe Kasnetz.
Really?
Yeah.
Joe Kasnuts.
Joe Kasnuts. That's
Like-
what my geography teacher, Mr. Stutzman, used to say, like,
What a-
Kasnuts.
what a-
Run faster.
What a bully.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bully.
What a
Yeah.
dick.
Wait, so so for the people listening,
Yeah.
Yosef is an actor.
Yes, I am.
Did your name change have to do with an acting?
At first it didn't, but then I kept it because it worked out really well.
Yes.
So I initially changed my name because whirlwind of a story here. We're going to be jumping around. Very,
good.
very complicated, but beautiful story nonetheless. I played professional tennis for 8 years on the men's ATP tour.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 31.
So
I started
guess-
playing when I was like 13, 14 and dropped out of school, moved to Eastern Europe. I trained in Bulgaria.
Oh,
and I was
shit.
going to play for the Bulgarian team. I was on the 2008 Beijing Olympics training team with the men's tennis. And I wanted to kind of nationalize my name because you had like Ivan Denisovich and Grigor Dimitrov. And then you have Joe Kasnetz from America. I was like, oh. But my grandfather came through Ellis Island from Russia to New York, 1905. And our original name was altered. So I just kind of took a wild guess and just added KOV to the end. So now it's Kasnetzkov.
Kasnetzkov. And
Wow.
were you born Joe or were you born Yosef?
Joseph, but
With a J.
with a J. But whenever I would meet other people, especially Eastern Europeans, there's no J in Hebrew or Cyrillic.
Oh, wow.
So they just said Yosef, kind of like Johann is written with a J,
Sure,
but nobody
yeah.
says Johann.
Yeah,
So
true.
I just kind of like, Yosef kind of like fits. And I liked it. And yeah.
You look like a Yosef. Yo,
Thank
does
you.
J exist in any of the other languages? Like, is it pronounced J in any, like, Javi?
Javi.
H?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the.
This podcast is brought to you by the letter J. We don't know.
But so yeah, so 19 years
damn.
old, the name changed. Then I stopped playing tennis and I started acting. But then I was getting all these auditions for these Eastern European parts. And instead of competing against other American actors, I was getting these like constantly unique, like, oh, the Russian or the German or anything East European. And it actually kind of worked to my benefit.
You would be a great
Wow.
Viking.
Thank
Yes.
you. That's my dream, honestly.
my
I'm
friend-
obsessed with
Vikings.
Norse culture, mythology. Did you guys see The Northman in theater?
I know what it
didn't
is.
see
I
that,
didn't
no.
see it.
Oh
though.
my god! Oh my god, right there. It's just so. It's
I
very good
haven't.
movie.
I haven't seen it, but I recently binge watched Vikings of Valhalla on Netflix.
Not bad. Not bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the show
They've already
Vikings?
filmed 3 seasons, and they're just gonna season 2.
Is
and
Vikings good show?
a great show.
Vikings
The
of
original
Valhalla.
and the new one. I mean, it's all it's all just great.
Yeah.
It's just pure
watched the trailer for the new one.
testosterone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when I do leg day, I convince myself I'm a Viking.
Sorry,
Leg day, you got it.
The Vikings are the most like fierce motherfuckers out there.
Absolutely.
You know that fun fact about Vikings, they would take mushrooms, psilocybin, before going to battle.
Psilocybin to become berserkers, because the only way you get to their heaven, Valhalla, is to die in battle with your axe or sword in hand on mushrooms.
Oh my
As a
God.
berserker.
Savages.
What a-
Levels.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
whoever made that rule up, good for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
All right,
that's
we're gonna
like-
kill people, or we're gonna have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Right. You're not gonna. Well, here's the thing. You're just not gonna get to heaven.
Yeah.
If you don't die for me. So.
Can you imagine their pearly gates? Like, were you tripping?
Yeah.
Were you tripping?
Were you murdering people and tripping?
Imagine.
Oh, there's. Oh no. You're gonna go back.
Let's try it again.
Go fight him again. Wait, so you just said you would? Is that your goal to play a Viking? Not your goal, but like
one of the. I mean, just because
That's a role you would like to
as
get.
as a blonde guy with a beard, and I feel like I love that culture, and I love the history of it, and I love the shows that I feel like is really becoming popular. With the original Vikings on the History Channel, now there's this movie. Now there's one on Netflix. It's just a role that I'd. Would be really fun to play. Like, who wouldn't want to like film? Because they all film in like Iceland and Ireland,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be like in the Highlands, face painted, running through with a camera following? you?
Yeah.
Like, I'll
Most
pay you to do
masculine
that.
shit
A
Yeah.
sword on a horse,
Yeah.
banging chicks. Because
Tripping.
that's all they're doing.
taking mushrooms and dying and going to heaven.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to do
What'd you
that?
do on a Tuesday?
Oh, I died and went to heaven. What'd you
kidding
do? What'd you
Yeah.
do?
Next question.
But so that's
All right.
definitely something I'd love to do.
So like now that we know you're an actor, everyone listening knows that. Bring us to like the beginning of like, all right, like you were telling us you were playing tennis professionally. You grew up in Hawaii. That's a little footnote.
Yeah.
But,
So my father's originally from Brooklyn, Crown Heights. My grandfather immigrated here. I was born pretty much right when he retired. So it was kind of perfect. So
wow.
both my folks kind of retired. My dad's already 87. I'm 31, so carry the two. Say Alice.
Listen, fellas, you can have kids at any point. Don't get locked down too
You
early.
really can. And so I was raised in Hawaii, and that's where I still call home today, on the island of Oahu, on the east side of Honolulu, if you guys are familiar.
Oh yeah, the Big Island, right?
I've never been.
Oahu.
Oahu's the Big Island.
No, the Big
No.
Island is a big island.
Oh, it's called the Big Island.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a nickname, like the Garden State.
It has a second name, like Hawaii.
Okay.
Because there's a state, the Kingdom of Hawaii, or this now state, eight islands. There's the Big Island, which is also just called the island of Hawaii. Then you have the other 6, and then Oahu is where Honolulu is. Honolulu is the capital. So the most populated, but not physically the biggest, if that makes sense.
Got you. Like Alaska is the biggest state, but like California or Texas has the most people.
Right.
All right, so you grew up in Hawaii because your parents retired there,
Yeah.
and then you grew
fucking
up.
cool.
And when did you start acting?
So I didn't start acting until I kind of came back from the Tennis Europe chapter when I was 20.
20 years old.
20 years old. My neighbor was an acting coach, and I'd known him my whole life. He was my neighbor, and he said like, "Oh, come down to my acting class. You know, you're back. You're not playing tennis. You're in town. Would love to have you. Check it out." And I told him that I learned all these languages while living in Europe. You know, I speak German, Spanish, Russian, Bulgarian, Macedonian, a little bit of Hebrew. And he's like, "That, I mean, audition opportunities you could get against, guys who just speak English."
True.
I was like, okay. And so started training with him, got a local agent in Honolulu, and Hawaii Films, they filmed Hawaii Five-0, Magnum PI. Right now there's NCIS Hawaii, all the Jurassic Parks. It's just such a photogenic place that you
Yeah,
could
it's
film anything.
Oh, Jurassic
there,
Park's in Hawaii. That's
all
pretty
of Jurassic
cool.
Parks in Hawaii in the same valley.
Never knew
people.
that.
People don't get it.
wow.
It's,
Never
it's
would've
the
thought
same
that.
valley. 20 movies. It's
They
the
tricked
same
us.
mountain.
Really?
Hollywood
I thought it was
tricked us.
Costa Rica. For some reason.
That would have made sense to me.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I immediately got 2 jobs. Hawaii Five-0 was one, and another one called Last Resort on CBS. And I don't know how you guys were, but when you're 21, 22, you're still kind of like a little bit lost in the world. And we started to talk earlier. My dad was a surgeon. My grandfather was a surgeon. My mom was a lawyer. So I came from a very academic family, very like,
Wow.
got to do this.
Yeah.
So they're like, your acting's fun, but you should go to college. You should just knock that out, because you can always go back to school and get a master's degree or get whatever you want to do, but get your undergrad out of the way while you're this age.
Smart parents. Good thinking.
Wow.
So I went 4 years, took a break from acting, and just kind of went and just studied psychology. I didn't even study acting. I just was like, oh, this is interesting. I enjoyed sciences and neurology and all that good stuff. And so I got a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Miami. And once I finished, I was like, let's do acting again.
Yeah.
And then got serious with it. And I was already in the East Coast in Florida and Miami, where there's unfortunately not too much work anymore. So I started targeting New York. And that was about 5-6 years ago. And I moved here, started working here consistently maybe 4 years ago, and moved here permanently a year ago.
Wow. So did you start undergrad at 20 years old?
I did. I started undergrad at 21.
Oh, so you were like a beast compared to the freshmen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
wow.
rush this fraternity, and they're like, "Yeah, man, you can't do this." And I was like, I'm not gonna buy you beer if you let me do that."
I'm old enough to be your father.
Yeah. You guys want to get into this club?
That's
So,
good. Wow,
it was fun.
You have a lot of interesting wrinkles to you. So you had
you.
the whole like, you're from Hawaii. Not a lot of people from there. I mean, there's a people, but like,
Aloha.
and you played some pro tennis.
Play some pro tennis.
You started college at the age of 21.
Yeah.
Studied psychology, know a bunch of languages, and now you're an actor.
Now I'm an actor in New York.
We should have got Modelo's. You're right. Oh wait,
No,
no,
it's
wait.
okay. We got-
Dos Equis is the most interesting man,
Dos Equis.
bro.
Oh, but
we might have Junior Dos Equis on the pod right now.
cervezas.
We can always do this. We can always do another one.
I don't
Yeah,
always do
should we just
podcasts,
redo
but when I
this?
do,
Yeah.
I do Steve Driscoll's podcast.
This is the Driscoll's podcast.
I actually have something for you guys.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
tell-
if the camera can see. So in Hawaii, what's the biggest thing that we're known for?
Pigs.
As far as close
Flowers.
spam.
Spam.
For real?
So we
World War
have a
II?
delicatessen. We have a
Delicacy.
delicacy. Thank you. Called a spam musubi. So are you guys familiar with canned spam?
Yes.
U.S. Army, World War II, Pearl Harbor. Makes sense.
Is
Made the
that why?
connection.
That's
That's the reason.
where my mind went.
The war ended. It was all left there because of the military.
Okay.
And the locals took to it, loved it. We created this little thing. It's kind of like a hand roll sushi roll, but with a layer of spam, rice, seaweed. Super simple. And
I've never had spam in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
I made these at home. these are homemade. Super good. I'm gonna have one with you. You can choose whichever one, so you guys know I'm not. There's no like LSD in it or whatever.
I'd be down.
You are a Viking. It'd be psilocybin.
Yeah, going to
whoa.
eat this. And so this is kind of it's good if you like put it in the microwave for 20 seconds. But we don't have to because we're.
I don't have a
situated.
microwave.
Oh,
Isn't that
even better.
fucked up?
Yeah, that's so Brooklyn. Just throw it on the radiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just kind of undo it like this, and I'll kind of show you like a little bit of a technique so you can keep your hands clean. Because I know you're working soundboards here. So you kind of do it like that, and just kind of like almost like a little ice cream. Like that, and it's like a little hand roll. And you gotta kind of bite down just because the seaweed's a little chewy.
It looks like a Klondike bar.
But you just go right in right there.
You just go right in there right now.
And that's a spam musubi, guys.
I
Wow.
can't even get mine open. So just give me a sec. Bear with
Yeah,
me.
take your time. And
First time I had spam is with seaweed and rice. Who would have thought?
that's how we eat it.
Dude, I like it.
Yeah, it's actually really good. So I
Wow.
cooked the spam in soy sauce, brown sugar, grilled it both sides all the way through. Throw that, roll it, boom.
Oh wait, have you guys ever had spam musubi? I have. I
Yeah.
can now say that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My sister actually lives in Hawaii for a bit. Not that we need to go into that, but just let you know.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, she loved it.
It's like a protein bar.
It kind of is.
It
Yeah.
doesn't taste anything like
You got a little bit
protein
of carb,
bar,
you got a
it
little bit
looks
of
like
green,
one.
you
Yeah.
got a little bit of protein.
Yeah.
It's a full balanced meal, right?
I always had a
This is-
bad
yeah.
view of spam growing up because in that '70s show, I think some show they made
Everybody
fun of
does
it.
because it's canned.
Cheap.
It's canned. Fucking spitting all over the place. It's canned meat that never expires.
I'll eat it.
Yeah, canned gets a bad rep.
Not only that, it's canned meat that doesn't expire.
Yeah.
Question mark? Question mark? You know.
3 question marks.
But now you can see. Amazing.
It's
Yeah, I do like
It is
that.
amazing.
That was like my 7th one.
Really?
Yeah,
Made a bunch tonight?
that's cool.
Here you go.
That's a good little snack. All right, so you've been acting now for 5 years, you said? Well, you started in your 20, but then you
Did a
took a
little
break.
bit. Did a little bit before school, but I'd say dedicated, serious. About 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
So I went to obviously checked out your stuff and like the show The Outsider, which you were in, right? The HBO show with Jason
HBO.
Bateman, where Jason Bateman dies in the first episode for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I was.
But
very
dude, I was
surprised.
watching that show and like, there's probably like 3 scenes I remember. It's like the scene at the baseball stadium, the scene where he dies, and then the scene in the jail cell where like some guy walks in and gives like a blade to a guy, and that was fucking you. How not? I was like, is this him? I was like, oh my god, that's fucking him. I legit like think about that scene randomly, just because it was like it kind of came out of nowhere.
It's super.
Like the 2 characters weren't in the
Yeah.
show yet, and then
Yeah.
so I saw your reel and I was like, oh, he's that guy.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. Thank you.
And then I also saw The Hunt, the movie where they people wake up and they're starting to get hunted by people
Super
for being
action-packed
Republicans,
film.
basically.
Yeah.
And I remember that scene too when they're getting off the train, and I'm like, there he is. So like I like vividly remember some of the scenes you're in.
Thank you, Steve. How's that, man?
But dude, I was watching like all your scenes and like, dude, like you have a big portfolio.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been super fortunate. And the thing with The Hunt, again, the director came up. Do you speak Croatian? That's when the situation where you're like, yeah, I speak Croatian. Do you speak Croatian? They're like, no. They're like, so I can say whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the entire movie, this probably shouldn't say this, and probably, it's going on YouTube, but yeah, I'm yelling at the guy in Bulgarian. The guy next to me, my co-star partner, I met him on set and I was like, do you speak Croatian? He's like, I'm from Poland. So he's yelling in Polish, I'm yelling in Bulgarian, and the whole thing's set in Croatia. So
Hey, and it
that's
worked.
Hollywood for you.
It worked.
That's
I was
fine.
watching. I was like,
That
yeah,
is
this
literally
legit
fake it till you
Croatian.
make it. Yeah.
They could dub that. Yeah, that's like that's like the libbity bibbity.
Yeah.
But no, just one of those things where it's like I got to live there, got to learn the language, and it got you the gig. type
I
thing,
feel
you know?
like I've seen you. I'm still enjoying this, by the way, but I feel like I've seen you too. Randomly watch it, and like I'd have to go back and be like, holy shit, that's Yosef. But all the scenes, this is gonna sound mean. All the scenes that I've seen you in, you're always like about to pull a trigger.
Always.
Military hat, military
and
uniform.
you
and a
never
lot of
fucking pull the trigger. Are you ever just like, let me shoot somebody?
Always about to pull the trigger right before I get shot.
You're exactly.
Yeah.
Then you. It's
The last, I think, 2 jobs, got the great phone call. Yosef, you booked it. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Get the scene. Shot. I was like, I just got that face. It's like, shoot that guy.
shoot that fucking guy.
Joseph, you did great.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
Yo,
But
so
it's
wait,
a lot of fun because you get to like kind of do your own stunts. You fall to the ground. They put makeup on you. They put fake blood around you. It's more of like a
Of
It's
course.
almost like more.
Death
fun
scenes are big.
It's
Yeah.
way more fun to be a bad guy getting shot rather
Yeah.
than just like the bystander who's like.
That's true.
I
Oh,
would
that was
love
the nice.
to
Call the medic.
That was the Good Samaritan coffee shop guy who called
Yeah.
the police.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, you're always like about to shoot someone.
Yeah.
I'm
enjoying it.
You do. You always have a role that's like, yeah, of course I know that.
You got the
One
face.
day the gun's gonna go off and you guys will call me and be like, "You fucking dead! He shot us over here!"
No, dude, he killed Iron Man. We didn't want him to do that.
Oh man.
All right, so like, take me back when you first started acting. Like
Yeah.
you just said, Yosef, you got the role. How was it like when you first got like your first role? Like, was that a
what's
special
interesting?
moment?
It's really interesting. You don't realize, especially when you're kind of like 19 or 20, or unless you're in it for a long time struggling, you don't realize how special it is and how difficult it is to book a co-star, one line or whatever, on a big network, SAG-AFTRA union job.
Hawaii 5-0.
And Hawaii 5-0, because you're kind of big fish, small pond over there, because there's only a handful of actors. If they do want to bring somebody else in, they got to buy him a plane ticket from LA. They got to put him in a hotel. They got to give him per diem, for food and walking around. But if they could just hire a local kid, that obviously saves the production, which they always want to do, thousands of dollars. So
I never thought about that.
So I came to New York and I got to meet such talented people who have graduated from the top schools, studied theater, Shakespeare for years, and they're still trying to get that first job.
Yeah.
Whereas I kind of, Hawaii 5-0 is kind of like week 9 into pursuing acting. I got
Damn.
yeah.
that's so
Just because it was like we just need somebody to be like it was like a
Is that the show where they stuck a syringe in your neck?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was your first role.
First one.
I was like, he did really good with like the breathing and the yelling right there.
It was just like we were in a cave underground in a volcano, and the guy's like with a needle, and it's like, how would you react in that situation? Just
Yeah.
It was kind of just like yell, and then it came out nice on camera, but it's such a good feeling. But then you get here and you realize like, oh shit, this is such a difficult career to make it in, and to get the first job, your second job, your first guest star, your first recurring, let alone to make it, to pay rent with this. I think it's a 97% unemployment rate of people who are SAG-AFTRA union actors.
Damn.
I've been union for 12 years, and the fact that it's like 97% unemployment.
Yeah.
Damn.
For professionals who,
Right.
This isn't like a side hobby. Like, this is what they do.
Yeah.
97%.
And
97% unemployment.
This is what you do. There is.
Thankfully, yeah. As of right now, I've been so blessed. Knock on wood. I'm just enjoying it, and I've been able to consistently book these jobs. Also, New York, I feel like, is such a good demographic, and the type of shows here. Like, I don't know if LA or Atlanta are casting a ton of like bad Russian guys. Like here, it's New York.
Yeah.
Like you go to Brooklyn, you there's an entire sector of Brooklyn that's just written in Cyrillic Russian. You know? You go to Brighton Beach, you go to Coney Island, you go to even in Manhattan. It's like there's a borscht spot on every corner. It's like that world exists here. Whereas in LA, I don't know how many shows are they need Russian mafia on every Law and Order,
Barry.
FBI. Barry is good. That's a great show. I think season 3 just.
And that dude's from Boston who plays the Hank.
Bill Hader.
No,
The
Hank.
main guy?
The bald guy.
Hank. Oh yeah,
I think he's Bulgarian, maybe.
No, he's an American. The guy who plays
But the character.
the character. He's
He might be Russian. DHL.
no, he's from Russia, but he's Chechen.
Oh yeah.
Chechen.
That is a good show.
Chechnya is a
What's
darker within Russia.
What's the nitty gritty of acting? Like we see you with on screen.
We come here, we talk about all the jobs I did book. Did it?
Well, that and then like when you're on set, what's the stuff like in my job?
Yeah.
I work in an operating room and it sounds sexy and it's cool and it's like, well, a lot of the time I'm just waiting for like the next thing to happen. You know what I mean? Like, is there that with acting?
100%.
You get to see a lot of the other intricacies that go into the actual shoot. Like, what is that like?
So, look at the time frame. So, you move to New York, you get an apartment. I came here with my partner, who's amazing. I waited in Miami for her to finish medical school so she could get a residency in New York. So we moved here, got representation, started submitting myself for auditions. You go to acting classes, you go to training, you try to keep your body fit, your mind sharp, your emotions manipulable. You finally get the job. You finally get to set. You get the trailer, you go to hair and makeup, you get your lines, you memorized everything, you get to set. Action and cut might be 4 to 6 seconds.
Damn.
And you'll maybe do it twice.
Wow.
So years and years of this moment for 12 seconds of action and cut. And then it's like, thanks for coming in. Thank you.
So
and then you wait 6 months and you see yourself on television like, wow, look at that. Like,
yeah.
And then that.
So the job is really offset, really, in a way.
The job is hurrying up to wait and just a brief little moment where in between action, where you actually are acting in front of cameras, being directed. And the second they get the shot, like they're on a schedule. They got every week, new episode. It's like, there's no like, hey man, here you are, you made it, you did it, you beat the odds. It's just kind of like, thank you, go. And it's like they're already like clipboard in front of them.
I feel like that's the way auditions kind of go too.
Yeah.
Right? Like you
get told no 1,000 times. And the good, if you're doing well, I think it's if you book 1 out of every 20.
Yeah.
You're doing phenomenal. So 19 times, you're not even told no, you're just told nothing.
And
Thank you.
Who really hustles? Who really hustles like that too? Because you see a lot of people that want to be actors, right? Well, what does it take to be an actor? Well, you gotta interview. You gotta audition. 100 times to get one role.
Yeah.
For 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Did you ever like? I mean, you got it in 9 weeks, so you never really had a feeling of like I need to give up.
For me, I think the trick to make it in this industry, with any entertainment industry, whether you're a musician or a painter or whatever, it's perseverance.
Yeah.
And another thing that really helps is have something else that stimulates you. For me, being from Hawaii, I'm obsessed with surfing. I spend most of my day looking at swells around the world, forecasts, what's going on, new equipment, surfboard technology, building up. That's like takes away a lot of my energy. If you're just sitting at home waiting for an audition, twisting your thumbs, it's like, oh man,
You need a life outside the job.
but it's when you stop caring, stop thinking about it, and just kind of like, I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna focus on my health, or focus on this hobby, or this, or whatever. A lot of people do other jobs. Focus on, making money, waiting tables, saving up for a better apartment or whatever. You got to have something else that keeps the mind busy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's how you like call it quits.
Yeah.
You're like, it's been 6 months. I've gotten 2 emails. Like, fuck this job. Fuck this job.
And then you start making like enemies in your head that don't even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said like part of the job is like staying in shape, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that pressure, or is that tough? Like I kind of like, I'm just saying from my standpoint, like I kind of like the idea of having like pressure to stay in shape, because it's like I have to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it'd be a lot of fun if you were to get like, these huge Alex Skarsgård Tarzan roles where they're paying you millions of dollars to work out with a private trainer.
That's what
and
I read about his
somebody's
workout for
feeding
that.
you
Yeah.
chicken and spinach. It's just like,
Or
like,
like-
of course you're gonna get to like 2% body fat and look ridiculous. It's like
Well, Hemsworth, dude?
For that role,
oh,
he,
Hemsworth, yeah, all those guys.
for Tarzan, he like started out eating wherever the fuck he wanted. They're like, you need to
Right.
get as big as possible. I read about that
Yeah.
role specifically. And then it was like
Gained
you're
a shred,
eating
gained a
nothing.
shred,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like they put a ton of weight on him and then they just ripped it off.
Yeah,
he said
that's
that
cool,
part
yeah.
was tough. Yeah,
For sure.
But I would kind of like it. I think.
I like I mean, coming from tennis, I've always kind of been a physically active guy, and then surfing, obviously you don't want to like let yourself go because then you just sink in the ocean.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, those shoulders.
yeah, you enjoy working out, but it's not a super physically, like you never walk into a casting room and they're like, all right, take your shirt off. all right.
Because that's off. Shirt off.
Yeah, you know what time it is. And
Do you speak Bulgarian? I do.
and that's never like a huge requirement, but at the same time, I go out for the bad guys, the Russian guys, who are usually kind of like meatheads, So
Yeah.
you work out a little bit,
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely need, you need it's in New York. You need the bagel, you need the pizza, you need the Taco Bell once a week to keep your sanity.
Yeah.
You need it.
Every morning,
I eat
morning.
Chipotle every single day.
I eat a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Gains. You can eat whatever you want as long as you say
I
gains,
run there.
as
I
long
run
as you're
there
done
1
eating
mile.
it.
It's exactly 1 mile away. I just run
Gains.
there and eat it.
And it goes,
Yeah. Strombolis.
yeah,
Gains.
Gamble.
So it sounds to me like, and this is different than Fran and I, it sounds to me like where we're from, if we were like, yo, I want to become an actor, people would kind of like turn their head a little bit or be like, or maybe give you like a, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
like,
you do, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. It sounds to me like you maybe didn't kind of have that resistance.
I feel like it's I fortunately didn't. My dad, who is retired MD, he thankfully is a huge movie TV buff and has always loved acting and performing and kind of wanted to do it as when he was my age, but different times, different, And so I got a lot of support from him, and once I started, I think everyone kind of turns ahead until you start making money doing it. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but the second you're like, I mean, the definition of doing something professionally is it's a profession. You've been financially compensated to do it. Whether it's $10 or $10 million, you are being paid for a service.
You got chosen to do the job.
Yeah.
And you did it correctly.
So the second you kind of book something, you immediately you're like, oh, he's not just a guy going to acting class.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
this guy got groceries this week with, doing that.
Yeah.
So it immediately shifts.
Well, even like prior to like you landing a role, was there ever like a, oh yeah, like you know what I mean? Like I feel like if we did it, people would be like, if I said like, yo, let's be actors, not to you, but to like other people kind of in our community.
Yeah.
It would have been a whole lot of like eye rolling, I think.
Really? I don't know. I know in LA that there's a lot of eye rolling because everyone is kind of half-assed. There's a lot of, let me say this. There's a lot of people kind of doing it, but not super
Right.
focused doing it, you know?
Everyone's saying it.
Everyone's saying it. So when you say like, oh, I'm an actor in LA, it's like, oh yeah, everyone's an actor. But if you say here in New York City, like, I'm an actor, it's like, oh shit.
for sure.
Are you on Broadway? Do you do musicals? Are you on TV? Are you doing film?
Right.
What's your medium of acting? Because it's such a serious thing here.
Yeah.
I heard something recently about that off that topic where you go to LA and people say what they want to be.
Yeah.
And you go to New York and people tell you what they are.
Oh, fact.
Chills.
Yeah, down my back.
Yeah.
Let the egg. What's that called? Crack the egg on your neck.
I'm a Steve Driscoll show co-host, motherfucker.
Yeah. We were in LA. I'm a pod. I would never. I would never be like I'm a podcaster. And I've been paid by a couple.
Olive Garden.
Yeah, we're podcasters.
When you hear your family.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sure now. No eye rolling.
Yeah.
Once you get paid, I'm saying like when you're, when
you're a kid, of course, it's kind of like it's.
Yeah.
Really? Like what?
Yeah.
It's like I personally, never got that, or if I did, I was blind to it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where you got to really get kind of almost tunnel vision with it.
For sure.
And you're just kind of like, this is what I want to do. Can't let anybody tell me or deter me. It is you just consistent, be persistent over a long period of time. And when you get people say you get lucky, it's just when you're prepared.
Yeah.
And that preparation meets the opportunity.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Preparation meeting opportunity, persistence over time. That's how you make it in this.
That is luck. Like I'm basically preparing to get lucky right now. That's what this is. Like this is all.
You trying to fuck me, Steve?
All right.
If you wanted to
that's
fuck
the end
me,
of the
just let
show.
it out.
That's the end of the show. Lights off. Leave one light on. We need some
You
lighting.
just had to tell me. Jesus.
No, yeah.
I
I was thinking about that the other day though.
I took a pop.
Luck is just being prepared for that opportunity to randomly come.
No, it is.
Because if someone came up to you and you didn't pursue acting, was like, oh, I have this role for you. Well, you didn't have a background.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What did it take to become a SAG actor? Or
So it's a little bit different now. I joined 12 years ago, and I don't know the details because I was still like 19 or 20. I was 20, and I know you're only allowed to do X amount of SAG jobs without becoming a SAG union member. So I think you can do 3 without having to pay the kind of entrance fee, which is like $5,000.
shit. So I could be in a commercial tomorrow, technically.
You can be in a commercial. Commercials, SAG commercials are great because that's the highest paying commercial.
Yeah. Like
True story. I knew someone that I met in acting class years ago. His buddy did a Target commercial, and because it's union and the actors are protected, if they got you working more than 8 hours, you get paid overtime. If they feed you lunch 10 minutes late, you get paid a meal penalty. If a French fry hits your shoulder, that's hazard pay. It's like you're so protected. And shout out to SAG After Union.
Shout out.
And I remember he was on a Target commercial, which was SAG national, gonna run for a couple years, big thing. They got postponed because of equipment. Then they got delayed because of like some hurricane. They finally did the job. This guy got a $250,000 paycheck.
oh, we got to become fucking commercial actors, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's what immediately what you want to say. But it's one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
because now so many people are doing commercials that are non-union, and where that's not the case.
Right,
They'll
yeah.
work you 19, 20 hours and you get $200.
Damn.
We're just like, I could have.
I like this. I like the idea, the business model of a podcast. Actually,
I love it. I think
for
podcasts
sure.
are taking over.
so
It's totally up
hard
to us.
It's really hard to break into it because there's obviously so fucking many. Like
It got saturated in
it's
COVID,
like
didn't
every
it?
white dude with cameras has a podcast.
I knew. That's what all the commenters say. They're like, oh, we need to take microphones away from white men. It's like, what are we saying that's bad?
They don't like bacon, egg, and cheese now.
Dude, no,
Yeah.
like legit
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah. No,
Right,
yeah.
But no, it is a little saturated. But there's still a business model there, which is unique, and I think a huge opportunity, especially with advertisers.
For sure.
Do you guys ever watch streamers like on YouTube or on Twitch?
I've seen like the Nelk Boys a few times.
Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of streaming just because I don't really watch sports at all. I just watch either surfing competitions or Call of Duty competitions.
Oh, yeah?
Because I surf and play Call of Duty. Yeah.
For Dansk.
For dance.
What's the new one?
New one's
Caldera.
called Caldera.
Caldera. I wanna drop
You
in there,
would drop in
You
Caldera.
guys could be like different versions of each other in different universes. Like,
For sure.
Oh, this is like the Viking version. This
Yeah.
is the Italian
I'm
version.
the Roman.
Once
I'm
these
the-
Viking mushrooms kick in, we're gonna flip. Man.
Yeah.
Whoa!
How you doing? I'm Yosef.
Oh shit.
Freaky Friday.
And they said something really interesting because a lot of these people are like, hey, I'm new into streaming. Hey, I'm new into doing this. And it's kind of like, streaming is a podcast. It's a one-man show or it's a two-man show. And it's really just kind of like highlighting you sometimes talk or just do something very simple like play video games. And all of them always say the same thing. They're like, don't try to do something that you're not. Literally, if you're just going to talk, just be you. Talk about stuff you're interested in and be consistent with that.
Right.
So I feel like, a lot of these podcasts, they're trying to like get these really controversial topics and they kind of like don't really. But that's why I loved your guys' stuff. I was watching it last night, and
Thank you.
It's just it's entertaining to listen in as a in the darkness of your own bed and on what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
when you can
That's
talk
kinda what
about,
we're going
you can
for.
be talking about like, oh man, no, this Kool-Aid flavor is better than this Kool-Aid flavor. You know, it's just like, you know,
it
the
is.
absolute. What does that matter? But if you're invested and you're emotionally in it, and you're like,
And just like you're there.
the blue powder,
Yeah.
was better. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you want to watch that. I'd rather watch that than tune into I don't know,
Stephen
like
A. Smith.
yeah, Family
Yeah.
Guy episodes aren't coming out. I'd rather watch Steve Driscoll's show.
That's true.
Stephen A.
I like to
You know?
fall asleep to podcasts too. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you're having a conversation with.
Yo, you. I was looking at comments I love looking at the comments that come
On my
the-
TikTok.
on the-
My
on the
TikTok's where I get
TikTok.
views.
Oh,
So
okay.
you'll be on TikTok. Yeah.
Nice.
He
okay.
gets a ton of
Yeah.
views.
I gotta get you.
I'm
I gotta
gonna
get you
download
to-
TikTok tonight.
A ton of views and like.
I was watching on YouTube, but
Oh,
you're
YouTube,
more,
I got no views.
you're more
TikTok's
focused
where-
on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Why
sure.
is that? Is there a reason for that? Or
Because it puts you in
He's
front
good
of
at
way
it.
more people.
He's good at it.
interesting.
Oh yeah, that's my. I edit clips and I'll like change them around and make them
Yeah.
good for TikTok.
He has like hundreds of thousands, if not millions,
Yeah.
A lot of
views.
comments.
And then the comment section is incredible.
Oh.
And I find myself at nighttime not even watching my stickers.
Here for the comments.
Yeah, but like I didn't realize like how like wow, like the people.
Oh,
What what's everyone
Yeah.
fucking doing?
So many haters too.
And
There's a
so
lot of haters.
a lot of haters, but they're hilarious, and I'm
It's
just
so
like, ooh, it's
funny.
funny. It gets me mad, and then I like let it go. It's
Yeah.
like it's a horrible habit to do before bed. Aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've grown to like I love the comments. Like the
Yeah.
haters like
It's if you view it through comedic lenses, it's so much fun.
it's just like why like so
Yeah.
I was literally because I live alone now. So like I got another comment that was just like someone shitting on me being like I don't know, they're shitting on the podcast forever. And I was just like, who is this guy?
What was the comment? What's the worst comment that you've got? Like what that's like really fucking pissed you off?
They never do. Legit.
But like one that's been like
it just perplexed me.
ow.
I was like, why this guy like feel the need to comment this?
Yeah.
No, it was like no, so here's what it was. It was like on one video he just comments cringe. And I was like, okay, weird. But then the next video comes out the next day. And granted, these videos are getting a lot of views. Like they're doing well.
Nice.
Next video he goes, cringe again. I was like, he's back? I was like, this dude's back? Like, why do you, if you hate this so much, you're back for more?
The third video, if he doesn't write anything, you just gotta say, I missed you.
I was going to tag and be like, yo, where are you, bro? So it wasn't,
that word
I literally laughed. I
that word
laughed.
is just like
yeah. It's also, it wasn't cringe. We were like,
good.
I forget what we were talking about like a very like normal topic, not cringe at all.
Yeah.
But I literally, I wasn't mad. I was by myself in my apartment. I just laughed out loud and said to myself out loud, I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, why did he do that?
It's incredible.
Like,
You're cringe.
like I never,
I'm not cringe. You're cringe.
You're cringe.
to be honest, I don't even think they were talking
And
about
now
me.
I'm angry and cringe.
I don't even, they weren't talking about me. They were talking about the guest. But like, even the guest was like,
Who was
doing-
the guest?
It was the Nigel episode that was doing well.
They
We
were
were talking
shit
about
on
like
Nigel?
fucking dive bars in New York City.
Okay.
And this person was like
think I
cringe.
remember
I'm like,
this. I remember
what's
this.
cringe about naming dive
Yeah.
bars you like?
Stay in Virginia, bro.
Yeah. No, he's from New York for sure.
You should
Oh,
start
okay.
pinging all these comments and like putting them at the top.
It
I
would be
should-
funny.
I should have
That's
pinned that one.
Dude, there's such thing as bad press, man. It's just one of those things.
I have pinned negative.
Assholes. Like,
Yeah.
I did pin a negative
What I'm talking
comment
about.
once.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, I forgot what it was. It was like they're being so negative, but they're also so wrong. But like, I was like, I just pinned it.
The negative comments that are also sometimes like a little bit longer, but really kind of witty and intelligent, and they're
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, yeah.
I live for those.
Oh yeah, I'll
So,
be
you
like,
know?
bravo to them.
Yeah.
If there's funny and like, it's not like, you know, they're not
It's
saying
not
anything
just straight, just dumb hatred.
It's not hurtful.
Yeah.
None of it's
Yeah.
hurtful.
I
If you
would
go
lo-
for a lot of surfing roles, like you would have a leg up. No,
Unfortunately, not. I really feel that I would. I know Gerard Butler almost drowned in that one movie about that California big wave, Mavericks.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they were a rogue wave came out of nowhere while they were filming, and he was held under for like a minute and a half.
and is he a surfer?
No, he is not. He's
I was
from
gonna
Scotland.
say,
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
he's a proper Highlander.
he's like
And he almost drowned outside the waters of California.
Oh my
It's pretty
God.
fucking magnificent.
Do you surf big waves
I do surf big waves. I'm
you
snap
ever-
out of it.
have
Yeah,
you
I
ever
know. I
drowned?
love big waves. I've never drowned before.
or like almost drowned? If you're like,
Almost. You start to get like kind of like in and out, and you realize like you can kind of feel like in your head like a little video game oxygen tank, and it's at that little red mark, and you know you got 2 seconds before you black out, and then you breach to
oh
just
my
get a huge
God.
fresh oxygen.
And does
whiff
that
in,
deter
yeah.
you from keep going?
No, because the whole thing you get out of that, and you're like, I just kind of cheated death. and you're so pumped on just adrenaline, and the, endorphins and dopamine, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I also grew up in Hawaii, where surfing's a religion there.
And you kind of know what to do in those situations.
Yeah, I've been in big wave situations, since I was 10 years old, just kind of like figuring out, just kind of pushing yourself a little bit more. Each age you get older, you go a little bit bigger, you go sit a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
you go a little bit riskier.
I heard one thing sorry to interrupt.
No,
I guess it's kind of on topic. Is if you're gonna be drowning like that, to swallow a little bit of salt water, so that your body kind of thinks you're drowning. So then it kind of pumps all the oxygen, so that you can get up.
Interesting theory.
I've
personally never heard that. If Rob Machado said it, I believe it. I was on the fence until you said that name.
Yeah.
And now I'm blindly
He's
behind
like
you.
the third best surfer in Kelly Slater video game.
Oh, okay. You did not just say that.
Yeah, Pro Surfer. That was a good ass game.
That was a great video game.
Yeah.
They only made X amount of copies.
I had one of them.
Do you still have it?
I doubt
like
it.
$500 on eBay right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was a fucking good game.
That was a great game for the time. Yeah. Was it PlayStation 2 or PlayStation?
I had Xbox, regular Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox. Dude, oh my goodness.
I downloaded all like the new maps. Jaws, Alaska. I was like, Antarctica?
The space one.
Yeah, the space one too.
Level. Yeah, it was so sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I heard if you swallow a little bit of salt water, it kind of tricks your body into your drowning. So then, like, basically, you get your life reserve of air, and it can help bring you to the top.
Interesting.
It sounds legit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never done it.
It's so hard when you're in that moment getting thrashed because getting wiped out underwater is like it's like a 30-second car wreck.
Yeah.
You are being slammed left and right, going 20 feet in each direction, flipping, hitting the bottom. So you're just kind of like, you got to kind of wait for your moment to actually because every time you use your muscles and you try to move, you're expending your oxygen. Expending your oxygen. So you got to kind of like chill, and when you see the window, that's when you're like, get to the surface.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult. What's crazy, a lot of guys drown. Sometimes they perforate their eardrum, the inner ear, which throws off the equilibrium. So you don't know what up or down is. There's sometimes videos of the surfboard. It's called tombstoning. And the leash is attached to the guy's leg, and the board is going like this above the water.
So he's
floating.
trying to swim the other way?
He's trying to swim and breach, and he's just going. But, yeah, surfing.
Yeah, man.
Highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah. So have you had the opportunity to audition for surfing roles? Or
Unfortunately, I haven't yet. I'd really love to. Surfers kind of have because there's always a Hollywood stereotype of what a doctor or a surfer looks
hair,
like. And I feel like
wiry.
surfing is still kind of that Spicoli, Sean Penn, like stoner, beach bum, not like a clean shaven beard.
Not like a jacked
guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this kind of like stoner. The classic California long blonde
hair.
hair.
100%.
Scrawny, very little muscle, and just kind of like, man.
Yeah, you know who's out to change that?
Yosef Kasnetzkov.
Jocko Willink.
Does he surf?
Jocko Willink. I like the name, though.
Oh, you don't know who he is?
I'm going to call him Yako.
Former Navy SEAL, maybe?
Yeah, it's a J. You might as well. You have the liberty.
He's a former Navy SEAL.
He's a former Navy SEAL, was the task force commander of the unit Bruiser over in, I think they were 100% in Ramadi. So they were one of the first guys to go in. Yeah.
And you guys know this guy?
He was the task force.
No, he's like a
commander.
celebrity.
I like
TikTok.
I like to think I know him.
Motivational speaker.
I thought he was like the guy, like he was like, you guys are doing tomorrow. Like,
No, he's got like millions of followers. Wakes
to.
up at 4 a.m. type shit.
just like one of those guys you see his
his
social media and it just gets you motivated.
Yeah, he's like dedication over motivation.
That's his theme for sure.
I'm gonna have oatmeal at 3:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Every morning for the rest of my life.
Every morning for the rest of my life.
And if I don't,
I'm going to sweat before the sun because that's my philosophy.
Yeah, exactly. One of those guys, but loves to surf.
That's sick.
Super down to earth guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like is not like
surfing is an exercise, and it's also such a form of meditation.
Yeah.
Because when you're riding across the ocean, you're using Mother Nature for your almost like enjoyment. You're so in the moment because you have reef below you. There's always a chance of sharks. You have to focus on what's happening with the waves so that you stay in it and you don't wipe out.
Yeah.
There's so much external stimuli hitting you at once that you can't even begin to think about bills due, ex-girlfriend problems, whatever,
Yeah.
So it almost forces you to be so present which isn't that the definition of meditating? You know?
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
You know.
Living.
So you know you go surf for 4 hours. You come back, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm a better person.
a lot of like former military people do surfing. There's like a whole like therapy program. I think in California.
Yeah.
Because it helps you get in that flow state.
Flow state, man.
Which kind of like, and apparently a lot of people are seeing like
Yeah.
improvements with like their brain problems, their depression.
Yeah.
There's a guy who had Lyme's disease, couldn't leave his house, and then getting in the flow state he was just doing longboarding on little waves.
That's sick.
And he said
Anything.
it literally fucking like cured him.
Yeah.
And nothing was working.
Yeah.
He had like prolonged Lyme's disease where like he didn't cure it for a while, so it fucked
That's
him
awesome.
up.
I read something recently on a similar note.
It could be the same guy.
About no, it's totally different. It's about beekeepers. How beekeepers have a longer lifespan than most other jobs because they are like in tune and one with the environment, and also these bees, they give off this like healing aroma when they're creating and making honey that people will often go to beehive, like specific beehives. They'll hook up little oxygen tanks to them where like they can't obviously get into the tubes, but people will go and breathe bees.
Ooh.
Wow.
For the benefit of some chemical that they give off?
It's
For-
also
for
it's,
the
it's kind,
benefit
it's
of the
kind of
chemical,
like
but
those,
there's-
who are serious gardeners at a
Yeah.
later age. There's
Yeah.
something about taking care of bees, taking care of plants.
Yeah.
Like it's
For sure.
It's like a Zen
Yeah.
activity, but you're also like you have life to take care of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you kind of it makes you also get out of bed and stay active. And,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's hard data and science behind it, but there's a community of people out there that literally go out and either A, become beekeepers because it's better for their health, or B, go out and breathe bees. Legit.
that's awesome, man.
Wild.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah.
I
You know who
wonder.
has like an enormous amount of? He's like single-handedly saving the bee population in North America.
I want to meet him and shake his hand. We should have
Jerry
him on the
Seinfeld?
podcast.
Morgan Freeman.
Really?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan.
That's
Freeman.
interesting.
Fran and Steve started a humble podcast in their apartment in Brooklyn.
Brian, come here. I want to talk to you.
What a great voice! Narrate your life.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Morgan Freeman is like
Morgan
he bought
Freeman.
massive amount of land. I don't know where, and to like restore the bee population in North America.
What a good move.
What?
Speaking of
I was
Morgan Freeman,
surprised.
I bought
is
bees.
there an actor
Tom Hardy.
that you would really want to work with?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Cool.
Tom Hardy.
How come?
Is it,
There's just-
you guys are kind of like similar build though. Would- You don't play his brother, maybe? Hey, Joey, get out of the bus! Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
Wait.
I'm coming.
Tom Hardy also is like, I love Tom Hardy.
Who doesn't?
He's like, he has such a spectrum.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like the real Tom Hardy is like a little skinny model who is like kind of timid about things.
Yeah.
But the
roles
Tom,
he's done
the
and
Tom Hardy
been.
that I see
Yeah.
on film is Bane.
Yeah.
Is,
Tough guy.
Yeah. Is what was that movie with Shia LaBeouf?
Lawless.
Lawless.
I never
right?
saw that.
Lawless. He was in Peaky Blinders just now as Solomon. He was this like rabbi guy, and he was dude. He's hit my favorite performance of all time. Bronson.
Why did he do that?
I never saw it.
Bronson
He's
is
in the jail.
Awesome.
insane.
Yeah.
Talk about just like the whole movie's just cameras on him. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, I
do
gotta
your thing.
watch that. That's my next movie.
Phenomenal. I just love the roles that he's chosen. Him like as a person. He if you watch his interviews, he's very quick and witty, and but he's also very private and funny, and other people talking about working with him. He's just if I could like say like, oh, if you want one person to kind of like follow their path or like emulate their career, obviously when he was my age, he was already wildly successful, but I would love to do those kinds of movies, those kinds of roles.
He's super.
Yeah.
He's super cool, and I think
Yeah.
he's very, very, very talented.
He's
I'm
extremely talented.
really upset that he's the face behind Venom, though. That's just like Venom.
Never saw it.
Dude, if Marvel,
I heard the first
if
one's
Marvel
good,
threw
though.
you $30 million,
Yeah,
you'd be like,
of course,
I'll be
of
whoever you
course.
want
I
me
would
to
be
be.
anybody. That's $30 million to do
I
anything.
love
Yeah.
Marvel. I love.
But yeah, I heard this. Well, no, I did watch it. I like hate watched the second Venom was like.
I heard it sucked.
What is this? Yeah.
Yo, what do you
Yeah.
think the Rotten Tomatoes for the second Venom is?
Rotten Tomatoes for the second Venom, I'd say 47.
I'm going
47.
11. I'm going 11.
I'll go 13. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah. But also too, it's funny because like I say it sucks, but that's the movie that I'll watch because I love it.
Mindless action to fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
59. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
The
usually
second
really good
Venom-
at guessing.
The second Venom got 59.
Oh, it's not called Venom 2. It's called Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, let there be carnage.
84 audience
Let there
score.
be this one after the first one, please.
84 audience score. I heard the first Venom was kind of good. It has a fucking 30%. Rotten Tomatoes is
the
garbage.
second one is rated higher.
Yeah.
The audience score or just the movie itself?
The movie, both.
Wow.
Yeah.
The second one did better than the first.
Not box office wise, but rating wise.
Rating
yes.
wise, yeah.
Oh, did you guys? Are you a Marvel fan?
Yeah.
There. Okay.
I wouldn't. I'm not big enough. I watched some movies.
I just hate that.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Go
Like,
ahead.
There's such
Yo,
good.
if you want a friend to leave, it's cool. I can ask you.
No. I do enjoy them. Don't get me wrong. I'll be in line with everyone else when the new Doctor Strange comes out, or the you know.
Literally
But-
tomorrow. So you're going.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it
you're
comes
gonna
out.
be there?
I'm
Yeah.
super excited. He is one of my favorites out of the universe. But I just get a little frustrated when, for example, right now there's a movie, The Northman, with Alex Skarsgård that we were talking about. It's with the director, the same guy who did The Witch, which is a super dark thing, and then The Lighthouse.
Love
Oh,
both
it's
of
The Lighthouse.
Those are
Yeah.
A24 productions.
And A24 Productions. And the whole movie, you feel like it's a dream.
Yeah.
It's very dark, and it's very just kind of like just dreamy. It's just like, is that a movie? It's not just kind of like a storyline.
Did you watch it in theaters or in
I
your house?
watched it in theaters.
Okay.
It was one of those things you have to
Theater
see.
movie?
You need Dolby surround
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
Don't buy
vibrating
digital.
your tuchus with your popcorn and your bacon, egg, and cheese. It was one of those, and it's bombing box office right now.
What's your?
But
It's
people,
too long.
people will go to it's less than 2 hours. But people will go to 3 hour movie and see Chris Evans say Avengers Assemble,
Yeah.
and it'll get $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
I
As
watched
it
the
should.
trailer and
As
I
it
was like,
should.
"This is, dude, it's a tough sell.
Duh.
It's a tough sell."
That's my money.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones
If I had
wasn't
one
big after episode 1. It's people heard about it after the first season and went back and watched it.
Yeah, that's
Things like that are just tough sells.
Yeah.
But yeah, Northman. I thought it looked cool. I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
What is your favorite monologue?
Cup of beer.
Yes. Lagunitas. Corona.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have one. I didn't really go to because I never went to school for this, so I can't sit here and just be like, well, would you like a classic or a modern or
What's your favorite? What's a scene in a movie that has stood out to you the most, that has been best performed by any actor, you think? Like what's really stood out to you as a moment in a movie?
There's so many, but my mind is just racing. Bronson, a lot of the monologues from Bronson, Tom Hardy really stands out. Spitball with me. Like,
Who's the most underrated actor?
most underrated actor?
Underrated star actor. But not necessarily star, but underrated actor. Who people might know. Or no.
I think he's going to get there, but I don't think people realize just how good Timothée Chalamet is.
Oh, dude, I don't get this Chalamet hype.
I didn't either until I literally just started I watched Dune twice. I just watched it for the second time, and I'm just getting through Call Me By Your Name. Because those are Dune, totally one of the best movies I've seen. Cinematic, the score, Hans Zimmer.
Really?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I highly recommend if you haven't seen Dune, watch it.
I've seen it.
I never saw Call Me By Your Name because it was just kind of like, it looks like him and Armie Hammer just kind of like being gay in Italy. I don't know if I want to, but phenomenal acting.
Yeah, I heard
phenomenal
great
writing,
things.
like his little choices here and there. There's just so much going on. And I feel like he's going to be, he's already
He's A-list.
top of the game.
He's
but
A-list for
He's
sure.
just going to continue to rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the movie with him and Steve Carell where he's the drug addict.
The drug, very good.
I thought that movie was
Yeah.
good. My Beautiful Boy, I think it's called.
Yeah, Beautiful Boy.
Yeah. That was
Very
definitely
good.
good. I guess, all right, I believe that I see the hype with Timmy Chalamet as an actor, but I don't see the hype with him as like a sex symbol. Like these girls
Is he
are
a
like,
sex symbol?
oh, dude,
he's 95 pounds soaking wet.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro. Like, dude, but I know a lot of girls who are like, oh, Timmy.
That's a
Chalamet
Gen
is
Z
so
thing.
hot.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
They're honestly the girls
Yeah.
I'm thinking of are Gen Z. So
Yeah.
yeah, because like
Our
he doesn't-
generation, it was like,
Chris Hemsworth, stud.
Yeah.
I see that.
All the
Yeah.
men. It was all the men.
yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's got a beer gut and just did a kickflip. He's about to impregnate everyone.
Fuck it. He's so cool.
Yeah, that was when we were kids, for sure.
And good for us too, because that means we have carte blanche when it comes to the women.
That's true. Yeah, we should drop some pounds.
We could be we just gained pounds. What are you talking about?
We just had spam cam with rice.
and beers.
We just had spam cam that was made in 2014.
Early 2000s, we were hot as fuck. Now it's like fuck.
Fuck.
We should write some poetry or something.
I think Monteman is definitely bringing us up.
Yeah. Shouts out.
Yeah. All right. Did we not?
We didn't even talk about that.
Okay, we all go to the same barber.
Yes.
Right.
I can see the connection here.
Yeah.
I
see it.
Evan's big on like, it needs to all connect.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Don't you just feel better walking down those 3 steps after you say bye to him?
Yeah.
And the Brooklyn air just kind of blows by, and you just kind of
you feel it on the sides. You feel it on your fresh.
Yes, it's the first time I've been like, this barber, Monteman Barber, is like legit. I'm like, okay, this is how haircutting's supposed to be.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought you were.
I also get nervous walking in though.
I get a little nervous too.
I know him so well because I live across the street.
So he speaks. So I speak Bulgarian, which is very similar to Serbian. He's from Montenegro, but worked in Serbia.
Yep.
So we can kind of converse back and forth in Serbian.
Yeah.
So I always greet him in Serbia because that like diffuses the tension.
He was born in Serbia.
Born in Montenegro.
I think it's reversed.
Yes,
no?
we had this conversation when I was in there.
Born in Montenegro, which is why he's the Monte man.
Oh, I thought he moved to Montenegro.
He's originally family's from I don't know.
Yeah.
Montenegro, worked in Serbia before coming here.
Got you.
And I met him at Kingsman in Manhattan. I just walked in there one day and I was like, "Hey guys, need a haircut." Like any guy who doesn't really just clean me up, man.
Yeah.
You know, just do the sides. Number 2 or something. You know. This guy gave me a haircut. I remember like going home and staring at my haircut because I also had like a little bit of this, and then he like perfectly like made this like gnome, this garden gnome.
Yosef, I changed your life. That's what he
thing,
says.
and I was like, "What?" And I sent a picture to my girlfriend who's in Florida. She's like, "What?" I was like, "I know, right?"
And he'll tell you that too.
Yeah.
Before you come in here, no girl likes you. You leave here, every girl want to fuck you.
And he says it like he's not even sarcastic.
Right.
No, and he's like, "You gonna make Monteman babies now?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Evan." He's like, "No, shh. You're welcome."
now go.
He's
go.
legit.
No, go.
Thing is, like last time I was there, I was like, can you do? I wanted him to do something differently than he normally does.
Yeah.
And he was like,
He is so good.
he got a little not mad at me whatsoever, but he was like, Steve. He was because like he doesn't want you to tell him what to do.
He doesn't. I told him to go a little bit shorter here, and he's like,
You can't.
"Why you want me to change something that is perfect?"
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he fucking said to me, and I literally like, turtle tail went back up. I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm so fucking sorry." I'm still afraid. I'm going to drop him flowers tomorrow. I don't. I apologize.
Exactly.
I get well soon.
Well, so the first time I see Yosef in there, I recognized you, and I was like, "That's a recognizable face."
I saw you on TikTok before he even told me.
And,
the one you changed, like, it was transition.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it. My brother said that to me. Yeah.
Nice.
Back in the day.
The Monty Man thing.
From
that
a
he
while
posted.
ago, yeah.
Okay.
and he looks at me. He goes, you see him right there, and like he can hear me. Like I'm like, yes,
All 4 feet between us.
I'm like, yes,
You're really right there. You're like, oh, he's talking about me.
Yes, I do see him right there. What the fuck? He's like, you, actor,
Dude.
you, podcast. You guys should do this
That's
together.
good.
The fact that he did that, the
Yeah.
fact that he always does that. I feel
Awesome.
like, anybody who goes in there, the conversation is effortless.
Yes,
he
it's
always
ridiculously effortless.
It's ridiculously effortless.
Yeah.
Like even if he's just like doing a monologue, and just talking about himself, he's it's like, oh, that's such an easy, relaxing, tension diffusing, like that's a
And funny.
that is
Like,
a
I'm
perf-
laughing the whole
he
time
is
I'm there.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
He's so funny.
Intentionally and unintentionally. Like
Yeah.
both, which
He'll
is the
run out.
funniest people.
He'll run out in the middle of a haircut and be like, and they'll like not say anything, and then come back, and I'll be like, what was that? He's like, oh, I needed caffeine. I'll be like, what do you mean? He's like, I needed the coffee down the street, and 2 pumps of this, and 2 pumps of that, 2 pumps of that, and then he like pulls a Red Bull out of his back pocket. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Where did you go for the last
He's
10
amazing.
minutes? Yeah.
No, he's an artist of hair.
He is an artist.
He's a
When I
surgeon.
pitch him to other people, it's literally like, okay, so there's this guy
Yeah.
who's in this former country that was Yugoslavia, but now it's not. And they teach you when you cut hair there to measure the dimensions and the measurements of your skull because you can't put the same haircut on everyone. And I saw he talked about it in the podcast. He's like, people come in with a picture. I don't even look at the fucking picture because like that person's haircut doesn't go on your skull.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God. Yeah. It's like, why does nobody... I've been going to Supercuts for 29 years, just getting like $30, $30. It's like
give me the Tom Hardy. I actually that's like the haircut that I want. That's the haircut I show.
And it's like you're not Tom Hardy. You don't grow a little. It's like that doesn't work for you.
Does Tom Hardy just have a buzz cut?
Even when he does,
he's got what we have. He's got what we have. Yeah,
it's a buzz cut, but it's like $1,000 buzz cut. You know, it's But dude, Evan's amazing, and like every single time he's like, whiskey,
yeah,
espresso,
yeah.
During the winter, I'd be walking by whiskey. I'm like, oh, fucking have one. It's cold.
One new guy walked off of the street the other day when I was getting a haircut, and the guy Jimmy, who's working next to him,
Jimmy's
was absolute sweetheart of a guy. The guy goes, and he's like, "You want water? You want whiskey?" And Jimmy goes like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have coffee." And then Evan was like, "This is a brand new guy off the street, and like, it's a business. So
First impression.
You want to make a." Evan stops doing my haircut. He's like, "We have $1,000 Nespresso machine yesterday. This machine, $1,000 U.S. currency, broke down after two cups of coffee." And the guy's like, "Oh my God!" And he's like, "Exactly. I am on the phone this morning, 4 hours with Nespresso." They're like, "They should give you your money back." I don't want money back. I want the machine. Yeah. And this guy's like, the guy has never regretted asking for a coffee so much. And I'm just like,
Evan takes a lot of pride in his shop.
He's so right. He's so right.
Inner circle secret. His name's not Evan.
Ivan. Oh, of course I know that.
What is up, man? I've met like 4 different people. All told me their names, and they're like, "That's not my name." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean?" Even I have a friend in my own friend group who decided to change his name like 2 weeks ago.
Who?
George.
Oh, Brett. Yeah, dude.
He changed his name to George.
Dude, he literally texted me. He's like, just like
when he's like, "I gotta be Judge."
Dude, he texted me. He's like, "Just so you know, if you meet anyone that I work with professionally, I go by George."
Right.
And I'm like, I laugh, and he goes, "I'm serious." I was like, "What the fuck?"
All right, dickhead.
I've known
I'm going to call you Brett.
I've known this kid as Brett.
His name is Brett?
Yeah. His name is
That's
Brett.
His first name is, like when you take your dad's name.
I thought it was going to be like Georgie.
He
Just
goes
like,
by
no,
his middle
George.
name.
He's from the South, so he does. So it's culturally they go by.
He's
their
from
middle names down
Maryland.
there. But no,
He's from not the South.
No,
He's
but
from New York.
Yeah.
he's got the culture. It's the cultural thing down there to like go by their middle names, and that's what he's got.
I didn't
he's
realize that.
George Brett Williams. That's what he told me. So anyway,
Making up Southern rules for his convenience.
Right, we call him Brett.
Yeah,
we call
he's
him,
full of shit.
Call him Brett for 6 years. I take him out because we're
6 years.
6 years. Call him Brett for 6 years. I take him out to dinner to go to meet with. I was meeting clients and I was trying to integrate like my company, his company, and like meet people. And it was sweet. It was cool.
Yeah.
And we're about to start the thing, and he like pulls me aside. He goes, "By the way, my CEO doesn't call me Brett." I was like,
Oh no, your CEO's gonna know your real name.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm freaking out.
Did
He's
you
like,
know his name was George?
He goes,
Yeah, George Brett
like,
Williams.
Yeah. And
That
he's
makes
like,
okay.
he's
That's
like,
not that bad.
But he doesn't go by George. Yeah,
No one
It's
who's
just still like,
close to
dude,
him.
it's just us friends.
Yeah.
Chill the
right,
fuck out.
right.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not why. I've met 3 or 4 people now in the past like 3 or 4 weeks who've been like, "This is nice to meet you. My name is," and then like 5 minutes later, by the way,
I'm lying to you.
I'm not.
Nigel too, bro.
Nigel.
Nigel's name is Chris.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
exactly.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Do you? What do you want me to call you?
I love Yosef.
Okay, Yosef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we just call you Joe?
You can.
Cup of yo?
I just don't feel.
just kidding.
I'll 100% respond to it.
I have a friend.
But I just don't. Feel, I just don't feel
I'll
like
call
a
you
Joe.
Yosef.
Yeah.
That's how I was introduced to you.
If I shave the beard, I'll go by Joe.
I have a friend who's Yosef. He's from Afghanistan. It's Yosef. Yusuf Dashtazdanza.
Yusuf is the Arabic version. Yosef is the Hebrew version.
Okay, got it.
Yosef
Got
and
it.
Yusuf.
I shall call him Yusuf next time. See if he catches that.
Call him Yosef, and he'll be like,
Well,
"My name is Yusuf."
So I call him Joe.
My name is George.
So I just call him Dr. Joe.
Dr. Joe. Okay,
he's
that's
like,
awesome.
He's
Yeah.
like, you don't have to be a dick every day, Stevie. I'm like,
Fran's middle name is Joseph.
it is.
Oh, it is. What's your last name?
Eula.
Eula. Where's that from?
It's Italian. It's from a.
Fran
it's,
Eula.
it's not. It hasn't. It's not changed.
Sound like a hitman.
Well, there's a large garbage business in the south of Italy.
Hitman, like I said.
Called Gruppo Iula.
He's in the disposal business in Italia.
Exactly.
They run everything from Naples down as far south as Matera.
Sid and the Eulas.
San Diulas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's cool. It's very cool.
Driscoll.
Where do you think I'm from? My.
I knew a Sarah Driscoll.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
probably know what's my heritage. Apparently, in this country, it's a very popular name.
Yeah.
It's tough. Driscoll's like tough. Like if I just
Driscoll. Yeah.
you kind of wouldn't know where it's from, but it's very common in this country.
The SK is throwing me. Czech.
CSC.
SC. Oh,
Irish.
Irish?
Ireland. It's O'Driscoll.
Oh, it's a wee bit of Irish, boy.
Yes.
He's from Dublin.
Oh, he's from Dublin.
You could
aren't
pass as Irish.
A lot of people have me do Conor McGregor impersonations when I go down to the fight. That was not a doctor stoppage. There was no leg check. We didn't come here to take part. We came here to take over. It's like it's a fun thing that I do. Yeah.
That's fucking incredible.
You can definitely
Pick a
pass
country
as
accent.
Irish.
Let's pick a. It's not gonna get me like in trouble.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do this one.
Give me your Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama. I'm happy you asked that, sir. Well, you see, I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, and a lot of people say like,
So I'm
"Oh,
not
you
from
from
Birmingham."
you from the South, boy?" And I say, "I'm from Texas." Texas ain't the South, my friend. That's the Republic of Texas. However, I do love a Southern accent. I do love some good brisket.
So, all right, not
So-
Birmingham, Alabama.
So I just thought you meant Southern. Birmingham's a real city. Oh shit! I apologize. I thought you just said Alabama. I blacked out on Birmingham.
So now, boy. I want you to switch from Birmingham, and I want you to do a
Boston. Yeah, let's hear Boston.
Go.
My dad's from Boston, so I know it.
Go Mobile, Alabama.
It's the same shit,
It's
bro.
different. It's different.
Yeah, of course it's
We
different, but
talked-
he just doesn't. You
I know,
asked him
I know,
Alabama,
I'm
bro.
being a dick.
did
I'm
not
being a
realize there was 2 cities in Alabama.
I'm thinking that. Go Boston.
Boston is actually really difficult. So the way that apparently they kind of train you to do accents is you got to have kind of like a trigger phrase or a trigger word that gets you in that.
Ooh.
Like
know that.
For example, for me to get into Scottish is you come around here, boy. You come around here, boy.
Oh.
And it's kind of like gets you into it. My Boston is don't talk to the Martians, George. Don't talk to the Martians, Judge.
Ah.
And immediately like,
How'd you go for that?
I don't know. You just
Where'd that
gotta
come from?
you get a lot of time in
The
yourself.
A-
you
the
know?
AR.
Don't talk-
Every once in a while, I close the 47 Pornhub tabs and I actually learn something.
Don't talk to the Martians, George.
Right? It's just
What
so
the fuck
easy.
is wrong with you?
And you're in it.
Yeah, it's the AR.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
it's
be.
the AR,
I could
yeah.
be there. What's his name? Bill Burr.
Mark
I could
Wahlberg.
be. I could be here for fucking ever.
Forever.
Boston had its time in Hollywood, from like The Departed
Yeah.
to like The Town.
Yeah.
And
I-
that
great
little window.
movies. Great movies.
Oh, dude,
All
yeah.
phenomenal. They're doing. I auditioned for one called The Boston Strangler, which is apparently like a series of killings that went on in the 60s in Boston.
Ooh.
Black Mass, Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Johnny Depp.
Great movie.
Johnny Depp. I have to see that.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
What are you doing with your
George,
life,
stop
Steve?
talking to the Martians. You're going cuckoo.
That was good.
That was really good.
My dad's
You
from Boston. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm Boston fan, everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Well, my dad's accent's very faded, but like
Yeah.
his siblings, he
He hasn't been there in a while. It's
It's
one
fun
of those things-
fact
yeah.
for the listeners, because they've heard me. My dad has 13 siblings. That is kind of a wild
13
thing.
siblings.
He's one of 14. Yeah.
How many different wombs did that come from?
Let's get it.
No, wait, that's
One-
all the same womb.
Same mother, same father, and no twins. Wow. My dad is one of 14. Yeah. Fourth youngest.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. That's Boston back in the day. Like they're apparently my dad was
Dude.
named families. There's
Yeah.
like they had 11 kids, they had 10 kids, 9 kids. Like 14 was the most. Though.
We're over here. If a guy, God forbid, 32 years old, you know,
a
married,
kid?
gets his wife pregnant, it's like, what are you
my
fucking
God.
crazy?
Are you doing? Oh, dude, what are you gonna do?
Do you not love your own life?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That.
Have
Dude,
you not
the world
seen
is
all the
so
memes?
different.
Meanwhile, all of our parents before us, 24 years old, 3 kids,
Oh,
already
yeah.
owned a house, fought in 2 wars, and yeah.
It's because they didn't have to battle the psychological warfare that is the meme, dude. Dude.
And the
Stay
cringe
woke.
guy. They don't have a cringe guy commenting on their stuff.
Imagine he got back from, being a union iron worker and somebody was just like, cringe.
Next day, cringe again.
Cringe again. Mr. Driscoll from Boston.
I can't fucking find
Irish.
this guy. I want to find him and I want to beat him up. And you look and you click on these people's profiles, not to get back
No-
to this.
no
but, like,
picture.
no picture.
No picture, no
Yeah.
followers,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
put me?
But you're calling me an asshole?
Yeah. There's a good stand-up out on Netflix, Ronnie Ching, who's a hilarious in New York.
I saw a clip about it.
Yeah,
I definitely saw a clip.
He's really
There it is,
good, and he's
but go
like,
on.
he made such a good point. It's so easy to be a critic nowadays, and we
Yeah.
live in such a criticizing environment with Yelp and with
yeah.
just open comments. He said, before you criticize anything, you should be required to create or do something.
Yeah.
They're like, before the comment tab is unlocked, you should be able to you should be
I
required
agree.
to climb Everest.
I agree.
Once you climb Everest, then you can start shitting on people.
No, but like that's
He's
the,
like, up until then, shut the.
no, it's true. You should have to put something out before you comment.
Yeah.
You should get a certain amount of comments
Yeah.
before.
People go to a 5-star fucking restaurant. And
Also-
they're like, the ambiance was, the server was, the meal was.
Dude,
And
obviously it's like
you can't make a fucking hot pocket. All right, shut the fuck up.
I'll see a 1-star review.
We sell pierogies.
Yeah. I saw a 1-star review once and I read it and it was like the food was great, everything was great, but they overcharged us a little bit. I'm like,
That was an accidental charge. 1 star.
don't put a 1-star,
What the
bro.
fuck, bro?
Like, you said the
Deduct
food was
a
good.
quarter of a star.
I'm looking
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
if the food was good, bro.
Yeah.
Or like if the atmosphere is cool, not like did an accident happen that they didn't know about. I was also looking for pillows to buy. Don't read the reviews for pillows. Because your head
pillow reviews.
My old roommate did. He's like, this person said it's too plush. I'm like, oh, I'll go with the thicker one. But everyone's head is different, bro.
You know what pillows I buy, admittedly, and this is gonna be really bad if you have any.
I have a My Pillow.
You do?
But I got it before I knew he was a fucking
Wait,
right.
is that the neck Tempur-Pedic one? The
No,
bracelet?
it's the crazy Trump guy.
Yeah, me too.
Crazier than Trump.
Mike Lindell, he got super canceled for saying some really ridiculous
He's
stuff.
crazy. He's
But then he's now the spokesperson for Fox News. So Tucker Carlson will come on and he'll say his bit, and then he'll go off for 5 minutes and it'll be like, "Hi, I'm Mike Lindell from My Pillow, and this is why you should buy my Egyptian cotton pillows." And
It's
we're
like a ShamWow guy.
yeah, exactly. But he's psycho, and he's got major
Dude, the
drug
infomercial.
problems.
He was a
Infomercials, you
meth
gotta
addict.
say it.
Yeah.
He was a meth addict, but he was a meth addict, and he
wears
was
a
laying on a
cross.
pillow.
Yeah.
He was laying on a pillow, and I guess he was going through withdrawal, and all he could think about was the pillow, blah blah blah. And that's his story. I was like, he made the perfect pillow because this pillow needed that. Because it's a very average pillow.
Are you
bro.
coming down on methamphetamine?
Not all the time, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
You gotta fucking lay down on this thing.
It went from a good story to this guy's a nut job really quick.
This
What a
pillow,
selling point.
this pillow got me off of meth.
Basically, the passion to
buy
make the
10.
pillow did.
Oh, my God.
I will say, they're a very average pillow. They're literally average pillow. But you have a bunch of very too fluffy pillows. It's good to throw in the mix a medium. It's a very medium pillow. If you want a medium pillow, get the My Pillow.
I love My Pillow, man. I really do.
I use it under my most plush one.
I also love methamphetamine.
Sure does.
You know what's better than that first hit of crystal meth? When you turn your pillow on the other side and it's nice and cool.
Speaking of my beautiful boy Timothy Chalamet he does crystal meth in that movie. That's what it is.
That's right.
And Steve Carell
Because he already naturally looks like he does meth.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
he's 95 pounds.
yeah, you get typecasted as
Yeah.
a Russian hitman. He gets typecasted as a meth addict.
But when you're that thin, I feel like you can get. Correct me if I'm wrong.
If he
here.
were to start working out, he'd look
Yes.
ridiculous.
You can get ripped
because you're
easily.
you're genetically like that, thin.
I would not want to see him in a surfing movie. He's too
No.
not him.
No,
not him.
A little too pale, a little too black hair, a little too skinny.
Not little too Although he was kind of funny.
You and
in
I
that.
could do it with that shirt. Oh my
Oh
god!
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. Get on a 405. Get on check out Malibu, bro.
I would want my surfing actor
Burritos.
to be a little less known coming into
Pokeballs.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's got to be a little comer upper. Yeah,
absolutely.
an up and comer. Could be you.
I love them. I love them.
Oh, so that one just went off. Friend, if you want to get into this one? You're good. Yeah, you're in.
This is how we do it.
I mean, should we? All right. I guess that's a sign to put it to an end. It's been an hour and a half.
I've been an absolute treat, guys. I literally could sit here and just schmooze with you guys all day. This is awesome.
Isn't it
I
fun?
love that. Yeah,
It's so much fun.
We'd love to have you back on eventually. If you're
Dude,
in the area,
absolutely.
man,
Absolutely.
Because like we're on a roll where we're getting a lot of guests,
Yeah.
but like there'll be a lull. So like,
Dude, please.
yeah, someone to shoot the shit with.
We'll need someone to fill our time.
Yeah.
Dude, please. I happily come over
Yeah.
with
Totally
Carmines
kidding.
and beer. And
Yo,
just-
wait,
totally
no,
kidding.
wait. For the we're trying to have an episode where we shoot someone in the face. You'll be great for that.
Absolutely. I'm literally professional.
Okay, because the acting.
May
people-
12th. Check out Law and Order.
Yes.
Sure.
Organized crime.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, boy.
My brother's bachelor parties that weekend. I'll throw it on and be like, "That's on my fucking podcast."
Right there. I'm right in the beginning.
Oh, dude, I'll try to. I'll try to have this out right before that, but I don't know.
Don't worry about that.
It might be. It's tough to. I
edit my own shit too, and to clip together
Yes.
an hour and a half in 7 days, forget about it.
special announcement. Oh, this one's off now too. So just on you. I just hired an editor. He's from Wichita, Kansas. His name is Jacob. He's the fucking man. A tornado hit his town. Let's pray for him. But yo, last question.
Yes.
Any advice for someone who's trying to either make a career in acting or do something that's a little, down that path that's
Yeah.
a little fucking different? Camera straight on you. I'm not even in the shot.
Any
Our
advice?
cameras are on.
Don't let anybody tell you can't do it or deter you from what you want to do. Just go at it with everything you got, and don't even stop. Don't even look back. Just keep going forward, and you'll get there.
Fuck yeah.
Yosef Kasnetzkov.
Fuck yeah.
Nailed it.
I
Holy
nailed
shit.
it.
Fuck
Nailed
yeah.
it
I'm doing the NBA draft this year. They're going to have me do all the tough European names.
for sure.
Hell yeah, guys. Thanks for listening. Law and Order, May the fucking 12th. Yosef Kasnetzkov.
Much love.
Aloha.
Much love. Aloha. Hell yeah. Shit.
Just came off like a.